Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, bringing you a 2 vs 2 in Total War Attila. This was a subscribers battle replay submitted by James the Great, so thank you very much for submitting this. He's been sending me a lot of really good battle replays, but unfortunately I've just been so busy lately that I haven't been able to get any of them uploaded, but sorry, man. I know that you're sending me a lot of good battles. I have a number of other ones that I plan to get up as well. So yeah, it's a 2 vs 2, and it's kind of infantry lords versus horse lords, basically. I'm going to kind of put this on pause just for a minute because the battle starts right away. You can see it's only a 5-minute battle. Most Attila battles are. But yeah, we've got some really heavy infantry factions. We got the Roman Expeditionary force over here, and then way in the other side of the map there, we've got the Saxons, who James the Great is playing as. And then over here, facing off against the Roman Expeditionary Force, we have the White Huns, which didn't bring very much cav. The reason probably for that is because most of James the Great's battles have the rules of max 6 cavalry, including general. So that's probably why. So in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have chosen a horse faction like the Huns, but you never know. We'll find out exactly what happens. They could just destroy the opposition. And over here as well, we've got the Eastern Roman Empire. They've got a good, decent amount of infantry. You can see they've got some Hetaria Guard here, but they've got some very nice shock cav in the Cataphractory and the Clibinari. But let's quickly run over these army comps here. So we'll start with the Saxons in front. So it looks like he's got 2 units of these Nordic pikemen here. So they're just to kind of zone out the enemy infantry. And then we've got some Nordic band in behind here. These guys are absolute garbage, but they do carry a pila, like a ranged weapon. So you can see that they've got 1 shot, and it does 90 damage. So that's pretty much all they're good for. If they get 1 charge by either infantry or cavalry, they'll probably break. But he's also got some Nordic warriors. These guys are a lot more sturdy, and he has some chosen warriors in behind. And it looks like he has 4 units of these Nordic Axe Warriors as well. So we all know James the Great from watching other ones in my channel. He does favor heavy axes in his build. And then he's bringing some Saxon Lancers for his cavalry. And he's got some Nordic Levy back here. He's also bringing some Nordic Skirmishers. Interesting play there. And his general, I believe, would be this gentleman right here with the sword. So yeah, he is ready for battle. Looking pretty good. And the rest of his cav in behind here. So he's got 2 units of Nordic Horse Lords, so some melee cavalry, and then 4 units of the Saxon Lancers. With these Lancers, you have to be really careful, though, because not only do they suffer from very poor morale, as you can see, but their armor is very, very low, and they are also susceptible to arrow fire, so he's going to have to be careful. But looks like a rush build to me. He's only got this 1 unit of Nordic Skirmishers, so he's going to be pushing forwards for sure. Looking at his opponent, he's got a pretty balanced army, I would say. So he's bringing some Eastern Armored Legio on the flanks with some Numeroi in the center. That's a pretty solid infantry unit. And he's got 4 units of Sagittarii. So we don't have any crossbows for the Eastern Roman Empire, just bringing the bows. Unfortunately, the crossbows may have been a little bit better because the bows are known for their range, but unfortunately his opponent brought a rush army. So he's not really going to be able to fire down on them for too long. But we'll see how it goes. And then, like I said, he's got these 3 units of Hetaria Guard here. These guys are one of the nicest Eastern Roman infantry units. They're just heavy hitters. They're like Varangian Guard almost. That's probably where they stem from, basically, the Varangian Guard. And we've got the general over here, the Magister Militum. And you can tell he's got the purple shield there, which looks very cool. And what did he bring for his cav? Yeah, just Cataphractory and Clibinari. And I think he has some more over here, possibly. Yeah, he's got more Clibinari over on this flank. So let's take a look at the White Huns over here. So bringing some Steppe Cataphracts over here. These guys are pretty elite. They're a tier 2, so they're kind of mid-range. Then he's bringing some Steppe Spearmen in the front. And he's got some Uar Warriors. Probably not how you pronounce that, but I do my best. So, yeah, tier 2 infantry. To be honest, White Hun infantry kind of sucks. It's not the best. They're pretty they're pretty cheap as far as I remember, because I haven't really played them in a long time, but they're just really poor armor on most of their units. Like, you could see this spear unit here, these Zionite spears. They got some really decent melee attack, 58 melee attack, but look at that armor, 15. Like, that's pretty pitiful. But it's historical, at least. I'll give them that, because there wasn't, you know, any heavy infantry for the Huns. They basically survived off of their cavalry. But we've got some Heptalite chargers. Yeah, I think that's right. And he's got some Steppe Zion archers and some more Steppe cataphracts. So that's pretty much his force. Now, where is his general? Oh, it's right here in the center. Because I always like to look at the general if I can find him. So yeah, Steppe Warlord. Let's see which shield is different here, because it's kind of in a running motion. Can't really tell, but I'm sure we'll find him on the battlefield. Last but not least over here, we've got the Roman Expeditionary Force. We do not see them very often, so it's nice that they've been brought. So we've got some Limitane here. It's a Tier 1 Spear Infantry. And then in behind, we've got some Levies Armature. Probably not how you say that at all, but again with the javelins for the skirmishers. And we got some Clibinari over here, classic for the Romans. And we got some Entesnigiani. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. But these guys look pretty sweet. I do like them. They kind of look like the answer to the Numeroi for the Eastern Roman Empire. And what else do we got here? We got some Scutatoi Axemen. Very cool. And I'm almost sure that that's how you pronounce that. Scutatoi. Very cool white shields there. So he's bringing a good mix. So he's got some more axes here. What else has he got? More Scutatoi for his swords. That's pretty much what he's bringing. He's bringing some Fundatores for his slingers. More spears over here, and just a ton of Clibinari. Let's go ahead and see if we can see the general, and then we'll begin this battle. And he should be pretty easy to find here. I think it's this guy, because he's got a bigger shield than the rest of his unit. So I'm guessing that he is the leader. Bucellari Guard Cavalry. So very, very nice. Let's go ahead and begin. I know that a lot of people don't really like army compositions, but I like to keep them in. You guys always have the option to kind of just continually fast-forwarding until you reach the battle begin. But it's important to see what kind of units they bring. Take a look at a couple of their stats, because I'm sure that 99% of you guys that are watching my content are Total War players, so it's interesting to see what other people are bringing for their builds. Looks like we got some charging over here by the Huns, but they're going to be zoned out by the cavalry, and we've got some axes being thrown into the backs of these cavalries as well. And we've got another charge over here. We got some more of the axes being thrown in. Let's turn on the HUD here and see what's going on. So we got some Equites Promoti, which charged in. Did a good number on the Steppe Cataphracts, but they are breaking to the spears now. Let's go ahead and put this on slow motion, because it's already taken off. You can see we've got some of the Saxon Lancers charging into the back of these Clibinari. They're also doing a good number on these pikemen, though, which is a really, really good thing to see. These Nordic pikemen, their morale is really garbage, so if you could get a side charge off them, not even a rear charge, but a side charge, they break, as you can see. So yeah, we've got a lot of breaking in front here. These Nordic Axe Warriors breaking to the charge of the Clibinari. But in the center, though, you can see that they're just destroying the dreams of these Numeroi. Let's go ahead and zoom in and kind of see some of the action here. Oh, yeah, heads are flying. If we look over here, you can see that the archers are quite well defended. So maybe it was a good call to bring those archers. It seems like their Numeroi are holding well. But we've already got a general falling over here. That is crazy. Yeah, so it looks like the Steppe Warlord might have been focused down by some Pila. But that's really going to cause some problems over here for these UAR warriors who are fighting against the Scutatoi and also this other unit of Skutatoi, but they've got... oh no, they've all got the same colored shield. I'm just going crazy. Oh boy. Let's zoom in here as well. So a good sword-on-sword action, but the Roman Expeditionary Force is more heavily armored, I think, than these UAR warriors. Looks like they're both wearing chainmail, but these warriors have much smaller shields, so I'm sure that their melee defense is probably much less, I would imagine. But let's kind of take an overview of the battle here, because it's just moving so quickly. You can see that it's pretty close between the Huns and the Roman Expeditionary Force, but over here, there's some trouble for the Saxons. It looks like a lot of their infantry is broken to the numeroi in the front. Looks like the Saxon Lancers, though, have gotten the Magister Militum engaged in melee, but he's got some Hatarier Guard that's helping him out there, so I don't think he's that worried. Let's go ahead and kind of see what's going on in this battle over here. Oh, these Attila battles just go so quickly. It's insane. Let's put it on play. Here's some of the good battle sounds. That's really what most of you guys care about. At least that's what I care about, is hearing the good battle sounds. I do like the Hunnic unit modeling, though. Oh no! And there we go. Huns getting some kills against the Roman Expeditionary Force. But yeah, they're having a tough time. You can see we've even got some of these skirmishers over here. Not sure what they're firing at. Looks like they're firing at another unit that's trying to reinforce the lines here. So, yeah, the Huns are caught in a bad position because they lost their general so quickly. A lot of their infantry has broken, as you can see. And it's pretty much GG on this side. Over here, it looks like the Saxons are slowly starting to turn things around. Let's go ahead and pop this back onto slow motion here. Let's see. Where do I want to focus? I want to take a look at the Hatarier Guard over here. They're facing the wrong way, unfortunately, to these chosen warriors. Or we've got some Nordic levy over here. Well, let's kind of see if we can get any nice animations with this Hatarier Guard fighting. And it looks like the Nordic levy actually has some women in the mix, so that's pretty cool. Because a lot of these Germanic factions, they kind of just drafted anybody and everybody that could wield a weapon. And I love how some of these Saxons, as you can see too, they're wearing peasant garb. Like this guy's got like, these two have like these little like shoals, and it's like leather armor, but it almost looks like what he would wear to till the fields, which is pretty cool. But yeah, really good battle so far. It's just epic mayhem over here. The Hatarier Guard unfortunately is surrounded though, so they're not going to last for very long. And the general's even getting into the mix as well. Nordic raid leader already has 156 kills, so he was obviously being used effectively. Do we have anybody else fighting over here? We've got the general engaged against some of these chosen warriors over here. Oh, horse is being dragged down, though. That is not good to see. Unfortunately, though, this general can't really do anything about it, because if he moves out, for those of you that don't know in Attila, once you engage a unit, do not, I repeat, do not pull them out. It's so not worth it. Your general will hold as long as he can hold here, but if you pull it out, I've seen if you pull him out, derp. I've seen time and time again where generals have been killed by just pulling him out of melee. If you're going to pull him out after charging in, you need to do it immediately while most of the unit is knocked down and on the ground. Don't let that unit engage in a full melee attack and then try and pull him out. You're going to lose half your unit. And like I said, I've seen it time and time again, and I've done it a couple of times, and it's just not worth it. Your general will last longer if you just leave him in melee. And same to be said with most units. There's only a couple of times that I can really think of where it's going to be a tactical advantage if you pull some of your units out. But be prepared for at least 30 losses, I would say. But this is an epic showdown here. We've got the Hatarier Guard against these massive Saxon axes. So we just got axe on axe here. So if we're looking for some head animations here, this is the spot for it. My goodness. I have to say though, I'm pretty biased towards these Saxons. I think they look so cool. This guy's bleeding out here, unfortunately. Yeah, that's not good. But I think that these Saxon warriors look so much nicer. Oh no! He's getting hit in the side. He's going down too. Come on, you guys need to get some more kills against these guys. Yeah, the Saxon axes are just being wiped out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just being wiped out to these Hatarier Guard. Their stats are probably a lot better. So we got a Hatarier Guard here. 37, 56 melee damage, 21 and 56. Yeah. Health is a little more on these Nordic axes, but this is actually... Is this the general? Yeah, it is the Nordic raid leader here. But we've got a nice charge here from some horse lords into the backs of the Hatarier Guard, and that effectively breaks them off the battlefield. We've also got some archers here that are just about to get charged. So they were trying to fire the last of their ammunition, but it is just hopeless at this point. Boom! See you later, see you later, archers. And I think that's going to about wrap up the battle. So I know that these battles are really quick, guys, but they are pretty epic, and they're packed with action. So, James the Great, keep them coming, man. I'm not ignoring your battles. Don't worry. I get to them as soon as I can. But yeah, the general just broke there, and we have an end to the replay. So let's take a look at the results here. So we got the Lord Levin as the Roman Expeditionary. And then we got Mitter Paschal. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. And then we got Bifrost here as well. But taking a look at the Expeditionary force, those Scutitoi, they did pretty solidly. His axes did excellent. He did have some fundatories. Yeah, we saw those. They did pretty good. Cavalry not doing too bad. And then looking at James the Great's, yeah, the raid leader did great. A couple of the axes did excellent. These two did not, but they were probably charged early on by the Clibinari. And looks like all of the Saxon cavalry did well. Pikes didn't do anything. And yeah, what did I tell you? Nordic band, 2 kills. But he probably just had some funds left over and figured why not. And looking at the White Huns here, one of his step spearmen getting some decent kills. These UAR warriors not really... Well, actually, scratch that. The step tribes people not really. But these UAR warriors actually did pretty solidly. And the chosen ones as well. So I'm actually quite shocked at that. They seem to hold their own, which is good. But their cavalry, this one did well, but the others did not. They did not perform like Hunnic cavalry should. That's a shameful display. But the Eastern Roman Empire, yep, Hatarier Guard, they almost always get over 200 kills every time I see them. Clibinari did excellent. The archers did very well, so he was good to bring them. And his front line held well, and his general doing pretty decent as well. I think it was just the general deaths that really kind of broke it for them. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick battle. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.